Hello everyone, welcome back to ILR and to ILR2's Japanese Grand Prix. This is round 15 of the championship, and the championship battle is really heating up between Tom and Paga, and your commentator Owen Wyatt in the commentary box with me, Super Cooler.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Japanese Grand Prix. As I said, we're here in Suzuka, a very famous track synonymous with F1. Plenty of title battles were decided here, namely between Senna, Prost, and all the legends that previously came. But we're here for round 15 of the ILR2 Championship, and yeah, championship is very close. 5 points between Paga and Tom, and they are both here today, which is good. We've got quite a low attendance at 14, and I'm sure we all know why. British Grand Prix is on, a lot of people are at it, and so maybe potentially could be a chance for some kind of different guys to get on the podium today.
Yeah, I'd say there's a good chance. Also, you got Goody from ILR3 joining. Maybe he can. This is probably a good opportunity for him to show his pace. Only 14 drivers. He can really get in amongst all of them.
Yep.
So he's got a chance.
Also, just a change as well. Sam is no longer racing in ILR2, so Casper is now signed with the Mercedes team. He's running around in that Mercedes, now teammates with ILR Jake. And anybody else, I think we're supposed to have somebody else in the Sauber today, but I don't think they have managed to arrive. So actually, he might turn up. Yeah, he has a league race beforehand.
Alright.
So we might see him hop in. If he does join, he'll be starting at the back of the grid because he's late to qualifying. But yeah, we had Mr. Costa win in Malaysia last week, and it was very close in the end. But now Tom managed to close the championship gap to 5 points over Paga. There he goes fast on a 128.4. I think ILR1 was a wet qualifying, if I'm correct.
Yes, it was. Intermediates, I think it was 39.8, something like that. I think the gap between second and fourth was 2 1/1000ths of a second. One of the closest gaps I've ever seen. Mr. Costa goes second, and then Yannick.
Yeah, Yannick with a 28.3. He is quick. So I would expect him. There he is. There's our new Sauber driver, Trench Gun there. So he'll be starting at the back of the grid down 15. So we have 15 drivers today, which isn't bad. But we've got missing. We have Josh, Yannick's teammate. He's at the British Grand Prix. Sam, of course, not in the championship anymore. We have, I think, most of the drivers are here. Apart from that, so we're missing 5. So we're still going to be in for a good race, I think.
Well, ILR2 normally gives plenty of good racing.
Yep.
Even at tracks you wouldn't really suspect. So, yeah, I think we're in good for a good race here.
Yeah, so Yannick is currently top of the times on a 128.3, 600ths quicker than Tom, so very close between them. Yannick, I think, has 1 pole position to his name. I think that was back in Canada, if I remember correctly. He got it back in Canada. So let's see if he can get another one. Just waiting for some more drivers to set their laps.
Scott's just set us up there. I don't think anyone's going to be going on one. I don't think anyone who's out at the minute has got enough fuel.
That's who's missing, Luke.
Oh, how could you forget Luke? We've missed Luke. Oh dear.
After his masterclass last week.
Yeah, I know.
He said to Scott, I expect you to carry the Renault team this week. So let's see if Scott can pull off what he did in Australia.
Well, he's carried them up to 9th so far, so yes, he probably wants to go a little bit higher. George retired, by the way, as well. We were saying before the stream started, he was going to go on mediums.
Never does qualifying.
He doesn't want to be on pole.
No, because he was back in Monza. He got pole and then disappeared. But we're missing, unfortunately. We're missing the 2 Toro Rossos. So Paul's off sunning himself in Spain.
He hasn't turned up in the chat yet. I'm disappointed in him.
Yeah, he said he'd be watching. I'm disappointed.
I am very disappointed.
Right. 5 minutes left in qualifying. 9/10 between the top 7. Paga down in 7th. Of course, a couple of these drivers were doing ILR1. I think Paga and Corey were in doing it. I think Tom might have been as well. I'm not too sure.
Yep, Tom Corey and Paga. Tom retired because he didn't change his front wing. I think it might have been him and Corey that came together, possibly, which doesn't bode well. Paga and Corey were 7th and 8th at the end of it, out of 9. That's only because Michael had a complete disaster class at the end. So in effect they were last. But still, at least they finished.
Yeah, well, that's where they're going to end up next season, whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
So just get some practice in.
Like
so
Nigel.
everybody's in the pit lane, apart from Nigel, who's out on a lap currently. Just going through turn 1. Actually, I've gone for a lap around Suzuka here, so that's right on board with Nigel, one of the newbies. Had a fantastic fight for points in Malaysia. Almost got it. Oh, hold it together. Great save.
How is he doing
He's obviously
that?
on a wheel. He's obviously on a wheel. It's just the very smooth inputs.
11 ballast.
Whoa, don't lose. Yeah, 11 ballast is what we've got here. Through Degner 1 and 2. Very similar to the Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2. That was a corner cut.
Whoa.
But, it's very on the edge in this setup. Obviously a very loose setup.
Very scary to watch this.
Yeah, but sometimes it looks scary, but they are in full control. So, let's see. Down towards Spoon, which is this double left. Just rising over the hill. It's actually kind of blind as you run in there, so it's kind of a little bit tough to get on the line there. Very easy to run wide through the second half of Spoon, then towards 130R, which is a very famous corner, of course. Flat out through here. Any moves made through 130R are probably the bravest moves in F1. See it there, flat out. And into the Casio square, Casio triangle, sorry. It's not a square, it's a triangle. And through they go. Let's see what Nigel does. Can you get himself into the top 10? It's just outside it right now. Across the line. And no.
Valid.
Right,
Not
he's
valid.
glitched, I think.
No, he's not valid. He must. Is that cut at Degner 1?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he almost loses it again. He is. I can't watch him. I'm scared
Actually,
for his well-being.
Good lap from Casper up to P5.
I think he's doing another one, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on one right now. This will be his highest grid slot this season if he manages to get it up there. Of course, they are running on equal performance, but they're not quite equal, as we all know. So the Mercedes is very, very quick in equal cars. Any of the top teams are still probably well up there. So, such commitment through the Degners there.
He's right on board with this. Doesn't really tell the story from outside the camera.
He's finished, of course, so he likes to go a bit sideways. Let's see.
Yes.
A bit of wheel spin. He's one of the guys who runs no assists. So if you hear the wheel spin, give him some credit. Let's go run it towards Spoon corner. Let's see what he does down to 4th gear. Good commitment. Quick shift down to 4th into 5th just to get the front rotated. It's a little trick that the drivers use to get that front end rotated, just to lock the rear diff a little bit to send the car into a little kind of 4-wheel slide. Here we go down towards Casio triangle. Let's see if he can improve. Could be an in lap, but I think he is on another lap. Yep, definitely full commitment. Let's see across the line. Can he improve in his position? Yes, third. Oh, that's a good lap from Casper. He'll be well chuffed with that lap. Under a 10th to pole. That's very close. At the top, I can tell you, ILR1 was 200ths between the top 3. Now we're seeing just under a 10th, 900ths between the top 3, and we still have to get the real fast laps in. Mr. Costa, through the Degners. It's just wonderful to see the commitment. Nobody's trying any alternate strategies. They're all going for the super softs. Super softs, soft and mediums available in this race, and I without even speculating, I know for a fact Scott's probably going to go on the mediums, but he's actually in 9th right now, so he's not going to have free tyre choice.
He's too fast for his own good.
He's too fast to get some free tyre choice. Matty Shaw retires.
Yeah, he's going to be in the top 10. Goody, since he's ILR3, he's not allowed to qualify for this because he doesn't want to interfere with the championship, so Scott can't go with signature strategy. Maybe that means it's going to rain.
Yeah. Paga into 4th. Now, let's see, Mr. Costa is coming towards the Casio triangle. Corey.
Oh,
wow.
Yes. Nice lap from him.
Good lap, 28.33, 500ths quicker. It's still really tight. Let's see, as Mr. Costa runs the line, he's a quick driver. Let's see what he can do across the line.
That was a good lap.
28.0.
Yannick's still going round.
That's a huge lap from Mr. Costa.
You said
Tom's
it.
on the lap.
Yannick's into the last sector of his. Probably best to have a look at him first.
Now, if anybody wants to beat this, they're going to have to pretty much dip into the 27s to try and get pole here. Let's see what Yannick almost clipping the pit barrier, running the line. Oh, 28.2, and goes a tiny bit quicker than Corey. Gets the front row. Let's see what Corey can do. I think he's a bit slower actually. Now, crucially, Tom is still in front of Paga. So Paga down in 6th, just in front of ILRGT. Now he's in the lap, and Tom is actually just up the road from me. He's going to have a distant tow off of the Ferrari. Let's see what Tom can do. Running through Casio Triangle. Down towards the line. Silent Assassin with a P2 there.
Nice lap.
Across the line goes Tom. No, only 5th.
Here's Paga.
Now let's see what Paga can do.
He's done.
No. Wow, okay, Mr. Costa.
It's a real
now, Corey's
surprising.
still on the lap, actually. Corey's still on the lap, and he's a 10th up. He's up by 2/10. Oh, couldn't do it. Could not do it. Mr. Costa on pole in the dry.
That is one of the closest quality sessions I've seen in ILR2 so far, I think, really. Look at that, 4 tenths between top 8.
Yeah, 8 tenths between top 10.
Brilliant.
Unbelievable.
Scott did improve there in the end.
Jordan's broken the Ferrari. Yeah.
Ah, so dear.
I think he got a little bit overexcited that he's on the front row.
I think that's the AI that did that, you know. I don't think that's anything to do with him. I'm not kidding. I think that might have been the AI that did that.
Well, there's your grid. Mr. Costa starts on pole. Jordan will start P2. So that's his first front row of the season. Good job by him. Corey in P3. Yannick P4. Tom P5. Jake and Casper will share a row. Paga all the way down in 8th. I think he'd be disappointed with that. Weisling in 9th. And Scott will not have free tyre choice and will have to start in the super softs. Nigel 11th. Matty Shaw 12th. Jordan 13th. And Goody our trialist in P14. So maybe watching him to see how gauge his pace compared to these guys.
Did we get
that's the reason he's here.
We've got Trenchgun as well, don't forget. He'll be starting the race.
Oh, he'll be starting in 15th, yeah. So 2 new drivers.
I think it's going...
1 new driver.
It's going to rain. If Scott's
I'm
actually
predicting
done...
it now.
If Scott...
Oh, it's very cloudy. Oh, it's very cloudy. Rain is coming. Do not look at the grid right now. Do not look at the grid. Do not look at the grid. Avert your eyes.
I told the ILR1 viewers to look out for this. Every week, something like this happens.
Yeah, we have a bit of... Drivers are far too excited to get going.
They're hopping mad.
It's a dry start, but I can tell you right now it's probably going to rain.
It's going to rain.
Yeah. So dry start, intermediate conditions.
We're not allowed to leave early. We have to sit there for the long haul. It's going to rain.
Yeah, it's going to rain. We've got 1 bird in the sky. Just to point that out. Sailing along there. That's not a plane. That is a bird who's just not flapping his wings. I don't know why I'm focusing on this, but we do have a race to do.
Yes. So. No, I got distracted as well quite a lot. I find it very easy to get distracted. There's a TNB F1 League. South Africa has arrived. Only that could be. Anyway. Hello.
Right, so interesting front row. Mr. Costa and Silent Assassin. Jordan with his first front row start of the season. Corey in P3. And we've got Yannick in P4. Tom alongside him in P5. He's got a wonderful 2 cars in between himself and Paga. And the gap now in the championship is 5 points, so it could change again. It could go in his favour today. But we've said that the last 2 races, and it's just come down a little bit each time. And he's running out of races. There's only 3 left after this one. So if he needs to take the lead, he needs to do it today. Weisling in 9th there, and Scott in P10. Now let's have a look at the strategy outside the top 10. Nigel on the mediums. Matty Shaw on the mediums, Jordan on the softs, and Goody will go on the mediums in the Toro Rosso. Right, so he's in a very coveted position right there in the Toro Rosso.
2 Toro Rossos, brilliant.
We do have 2 Toro Rossos, just not Paul McGuinness and Chill Drive.
Just not the same, is it, really, with White Paul?
Yeah. Chill Drive was supposed to be raced soon, but he gave very late notice.
Yeah, that's what people do these days. And yes, it is Wazzy who is the TMB F1 League. I don't know why you're not racing here, Wazzy. He needs to improve his luck. He keeps having bad ILR free races. We need to get back to your form, man.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll be seeing up here very shortly.
We were fighting for fighting for podiums at the start of the season. Now we're fighting for finishes.
Well, of course, we can say right now that the tiers are being worked on as we speak. We will be probably, as we did last season, announcing them during the final race in Abu Dhabi.
Oh yeah, I get
So they
to be
are
part
being
of
worked
that.
on.
Oh, I get to see everything.
Yeah,
I love that.
We get to announce everybody.
I get to announce that I'm not moving up again. Yay.
Yeah. Right, drivers lining up at the grid back, and surely we can definitely say who's going to be in ILR1 anyway, just by judging on the pace of some of these guys.
Yeah.
So, well, we'll have some guys moving up to ILR3. Some guys will stay, some guys will go down. There's already drips of rain on the camera.
Yep, just gonna say this now. Tom and Jake have went off on their formation lap. They both got grass on their tyres.
That's not going to be good for the start, because they're going to lose tons of grip.
That's
right,
all
here we
in one
go.
row.
5 lights. Japanese Grand Prix, ILR round 15. Lights out, and away we go. It's a good start from the Ferrari, but Mr. Costa gets a good start there. Jordan into P2, Yannick with a good start into P3. Let's see if he can get it down the inside of Corey. No, he can't, so they all go line astern into into the first corner. There's a bit of contact in the background. I'm going to see who that was, but they all actually make it through relatively clean. We've got a Red Bull off on the grass there. I think that's Matty Shaw. They're all just filing through nice and cleanly. And there's Matty Shaw. I think he's gone in the wall. Yeah, he's in the wall down towards turn 1. Mr. Costa with a great start there. Already half a second clear. Corey already starting to challenge Jordan. And then we have Tom on the back of Yannick as well. But they all kept it very clean and very civilised, I think.
Yeah, kept it mostly clean. I saw a bit of front wing flying. There's Casper falling down. I think it was actually Casper. It was. He's broke his front wing there. Oh, he's been hit!
Oh, that's a huge moment. Hold on to her, Casper.
Oh, massive power slide. Don't know who that was that hit him.
How did he not hit anybody?
I don't know. I think it was Wiselig that possibly he made contact with there, but that's one of the biggest power slides I've ever seen of a start of a race.
Well, that's not going to do his tyres any good.
No.
And that's not going to be a good start to his career in Mercedes. But here we go, back to the top 5. We've got Tom on the back of Yannick. And Pag has made up 2 positions from that start. He's now right on the back of Tom. He's right there. So he's got past the 2 Mercedes, which is a good start for him. Let's keep an eye on Tom, trying to see if he can get past Yannick here. Mr. Costa not driving away. But of course we know how good he is in the wet, and he's going to love the wet conditions. So he's just waiting for that to come around.
Yeah.
Lap 1 complete. Mr. Costa fast lap, of course. He's the first man on track. Silent Assassin P2, Corey P3, Yannick P4, Tom P5. The top 5 have all stayed in the same position. Paga up 2 positions, Jake down 1. And then we have Wiselig, I think, up 1, Scott up 1. And Nigel in P10 is going all way off at turn 1. Hold on to her, Nigel. Great power slide. And hold on to her. Now let's see.
Nigel. You need to get your points.
Right, well, Goody's right on the chart. He's starting down the back, and he's now starting to challenge George for the points already. Now, we know how quick he is. We've seen it in ILR3. So I'm sure he's going to do very well here. He's on the mediums, and he's the first of the medium runners. He's probably going to lead this race at some point. We'll keep an eye on that anyway. It's Matty Shaw's into the pits for a wing change. No changes up front, but Jordan looking very racy today.
He loves his track. I've seen him win league races here with pure dominance before. Just a couple of weeks ago, I think it was PSORC. He dominated from start to finish. He loves this track.
Yeah, well, it's always nice when you really like a track and you know you're quick. But he has to get past the Portuguese driver who's going for 3 in a row today, which is a big statement. He was down below the top 10 in the Drivers' Championship at the start of the season. He's now up in P4 in the championship, and Liam Rawa, who's not here today, Mr. Costa could take P3 in the championship today, and that'd be a huge day for him.
He'd be looking at promotion.
Yeah, he's looking at promotion. However, if he doesn't want to get promoted, he might want to have an accident. So,
anyways, more Tom wants that.
Yeah, anyways, the top 2 have built a gap of a second over Corey, so these guys are running away up front. Corey's leading this kind of train. He's there in P3, Yannick in P4, Tom's still there in P5, and Paga 1.2 behind him, and he is under pressure from Jake here. Now, Jake is also quick at this track, so he's definitely going to be challenging the Williams here.
He's got good speed. The issue is he's prone to making a couple of mistakes.
And he's had some pretty poor luck.
Oh yeah,
these past couple of races.
Who could forget Belgium? Who could forget Belgium? He was destined to win that race.
And it just didn't come together. He is due a race win. See, he is the Valtteri Bottas of the league, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He goes to win races and it just doesn't come together for him. So, well, let's get back to the fight for fourth, because Tom is right there with Yannick, but Yannick has got some kind of, he's got a good setup on the car, so he's pulling away down the straights. It's going to have to be in the corners or in the DRS section that Tom's going to have to do this move. Now DRS will be enabled this lap. Yannick a bit loose through that chicane there, so I think if Tom can get the run, I think he's going to have him down towards turn 1. And doing it around the outside of turn 1 is going to be a brave thing to do. Now can he do it? He's going to... I don't think he's going to be able to do it this time, because Yannick with the DRS open is just a bit too quick in that straight line. So he has to sit there for a little while longer and just hope Yannick makes a mistake.
I think Matty Shaw left the session. That would mean
he's ghosting. Yeah,
that'll be slipstream then. That'll be why Yannick was thrown
glitch
away.
is in effect.
Again.
People have been told multiple times not to leave the session, and people continue to do so.
Jack needs to start being ruthless.
Start clamping down.
Oh, Yannick!
Oh, Yannick!
Oh, he's pushing
Yannick is massively committed through the deck. He's lost out massively here. He's going to get done over by Tom into the chicane, or to the hairpin, sorry. He's going to have to go around the outside of the hairpin, and that's going to be a tough one to do. He's going to lose traction on the dirty side of the track, but he manages to do it. He managed to hold it around the outside there. So let's see if he can do it towards the spoon corner. Yannick is still there, but he's just managed to nip in front out of the hairpin. That's a good move from Tom, and a crucial move in the championship.
That's a move that the ILR1 lads really enjoyed doing. That's probably the most popular overtaking spot. He did that well there, Tom. It's probably better to go on the outside than go for the exit, because there's just so much grip out there. And he made it work.
Yeah, surprising amount of grip, even though you think it's the dirty side of the track, but really they're finding surprising amounts of grips out there.
Oh, do you know what? Costa might get DRS there off Matty Shaw's ghost car, because Jordan's so close. That might frustrate him, but no, he doesn't quite get it.
No, he doesn't actually get it, so Jordan will have it.
He lost a lot of time there though in that last chicane. He was on for a chance there at the move, but just couldn't keep it close enough. Yannick as well was close, but no cigar.
Just checking further down the field. No moves on for anybody. We have Nigel in the pit lane. He got a 3-second penalty. He's broken his wing, unfortunately. So he's gone from glory to the bottom, unfortunately. In Malaysia, had such a good start in Malaysia. Just had a spin when fighting with Paul McGuinness.
Went off on the last lap as well to lose that
and
point.
There's Corey with a penalty. That was into the Degners. So he's dropped 3 seconds now. He's now behind Tom and Yannick and Paga. That's a huge time loss for him there. That's not what he needed. And he's actually catching Jordan at this stage. As you can see, he's pulled a small time. He's actually pulled a lot of time. He's pulled about half a second in that lap. So I'm not sure if the guys up front had a bit of a mistake or something, but Corey's reeling them in. Tom's right with him, and Yannick is still sticking with Tom here. He's not letting him go. But Paga kind of in no man's land at the moment. He's under pressure from Jake. Jake is still there, and actually Weislig is there as well. And just seeing early signs of wear on the super soft. So you can just see a little blister on Weislig's tyre there. You can just see it just off the left hand side wall. You can just see a little bit of an indentation. That is a blister. So
on both sides, look. And
yeah, it's a very
well.
high tyre wear circuit, Suzuka. Long sustained cornering.
Tom must be horrible at the end of the stint.
If you can imagine 60% wear on the super softs, trying to get it through 130R flat, then you'll know all about it.
Yeah, I certainly knew about it in first. I think I had a little sailing shit off into the gravel, which into turn 1 not the best line. I don't recommend that. But yeah, you're right.
Jordan's starting to struggle.
Yeah,
Jordan's starting to struggle.
This is very unexpected. He must have taken a lot out of the tires at the start. Yannick gets a penalty, which puts him miles back as well.
Yeah, it puts him down into 8th, actually, I think. Down around 8th position. Now the field is still very closely bunched up together, even after this start, so it's a good thing to see, but if you get a penalty, it's a massive loss. Corey with a 3-second penalty, of course, he's going to drop down around 7th position behind Paga. He's got Tom all over him now, which is not what he needs. Jordan, I think, had just had a bit of a mistake, and now Corey's within DRS range. We also have Jake right up behind Paga, actually. Suddenly pulled a chunk of time out of him. And if he manages to get the run out of the casual triangle, he could be well on for a move. We also have George right on the back of Scott here.
Oh, he slides so much there. And Nigel's
Nigel.
gone.
Oh, that's a big impact on the Degners. Lost it in the Degner too.
Oh my God.
Corey's in. Corey is in.
Nigel has utterly destroyed his car on the rear as well. How has he done that?
Here we go. We got a move for 8th position. We got George going down the inside of turn 1 on Scott. No fight put up. And George is into P.
Oh, there it is.
No, Scott comes... Well, there's a bit of lag there, actually. So, George popped behind for a second and came back. But we are okay. And that actually affected the gaps a little bit there, because now suddenly the gap between Tom and Jordan jumped up to 1.2. Yannick's now suddenly 2.1 behind, but that's all due to Corey coming in as well. Now,
Scott, I was on board with him. He went off into the gravel. Dunlop. I think he'll keep it in the points, but he had to pit, I imagine. He's wrecked the tyres now.
Yep, now Goody's up to P9. First in the medium runners. Now, let's see. Jake is looking racy. And he's all over Paga here. He could be a real spanner in the works for Paga's championship if he manages to get past.
I think he already is. I mean, Paga's probably more focused on trying to make sure he doesn't get overtaken than he is on catching. He is catching, but I reckon if Jake wasn't there, he'd probably be having a much easier time right now.
Yeah, but he's got to keep watching in the mirrors, and that really does distract you when you're trying to race. Now, here's an interesting one. Are we going to see Ferrari team orders? And so there, I think that is slightly team orders. Jordan gets the first stop. Tom's going to push on this lap. Now let's see what Jordan does. He's onto the mediums. Easy one stop around Suzuka, I think. And that's an unsafe release from the Ferrari crew. Collision with Paga in the pit lane.
I don't think this game understands what an unsafe release is anyway.
Well, he just ghosted through, but Paga is now onto the mediums. Now George up into 6th position. Goody up to 7th, Trench Gun in 8th now. And now Corey comes out just behind Jordan. Now he's actually gained time in the stops after that. So that's really helped him. That was a good set of outlaps by Corey there. So now he's right on the back of Jordan. This is essentially for P2 in this race.
Mr. Costa has to pit then. If he gains that much there...
Yeah, he's got to respond.
I know Jordan's faster than... I feel he's faster than him anyway, in race trim. If there was slipstream, he'd passed him by now. That's my feeling on it.
I think Paga came in just to kind of get himself out of the pressure of being hounded by Jake, and Jake's now catching up to Yannick. So he had a bit of a torrid start, but he's getting back into it now.
Corey's putting Jordan. Corey's putting Jordan under a lot of pressure here. Like, he's not necessarily pulling away.
Yeah, I think Corey might just be settled into the mediums a little bit more, and obviously he's had one more lap to get a feeling for how the mediums are feeling. So they'll be warmed up and nicely worn in now after one lap. But I'm not sure if he keeps it together through the casual triangle, he could have a good run at him. But Jordan, I think, just pulling enough of a gap to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, and crucially, Mr. Costa and
he's not come in.
Wow.
Neither is Yannick. Top 5 have not come in.
George is
the first of the softs, actually. So George is actually... Technically, he will lead.
Is that... I thought I saw rain there for a second.
Oh dear, is that lag? Or is George off? It is lag. Right. So we're just having some issues.
Tires, like, he's all over the show. He's going to do a pole. He's going to be under the track in a second. I swear I saw rain there for a second, but I was maybe playing a few tricks on me.
I saw a drop of rain on the camera lens before the Grand Prix even began.
Yeah.
And Jake is flying, I can tell you. He's right up on the back of Yannick. It's right here, so Yannick's struggling on the super softs. You can see the blisters down the middle. Let's have a look at Jake's tires. Looking very clean, actually, compared to his. I mean, just a bit easier on the tires is Jake. Let's see, both wheel runners, so there's no difference in that. He will have slipstream glitches. He might actually catch up to him as he run towards 130R, no move on. But he might have a go into the casual triangle. Might do a Hulkenberg, see you later. Let's see what he can do. Yannick goes defensive. Oh, he does think about a dive bomb, locks up a little bit, but just almost as a Kimmy and hit the back of him. But no, Yannick, I think, is going to stay out. And all these top guys have all stayed out.
Very odd.
Very odd strategies going on here. Paga down in 11th at the moment.
Maybe they want to be on the
Corey.
Maybe they want to be on the softs.
Yeah, I think they might try to get on the softer compound.
Jordan.
But there you can see how the mediums are going. Fastest lap by Jordan.
He's not going for Trenchgun. He's going to try into turn one, is he? Or he's just going to wait behind a little bit. Trenchgun's just overcooked it like a mad.
Yeah, here he comes, Jordan. He's not going to be able to get past here. There's just no room through these S sections. So he's going to have to wait patiently, and all that's going to allow Corey to just sneak his nose in and see what he can do anything.
Oh, wow!
Oh, a little tamp on the rear, and Jordan is through. That was a bit of a hairy moment.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be front wind downwards there for Jordan. Lucky he got away with that one. Jake still looks like he's on the back there of Yannick, but sure I got to pit on this lap before the tyres start to die.
See, Costa's tyres aren't looking that bad. They do have blisters, but not overly bad. Tom's, however, are looking pretty past their sell-by date.
Jake's really, really close this time round.
Is he going to challenge into 130R? Be very brave. He's going to go to the. He's thought about going to the outside, but he's just going to park the bus, and there's just no way through. He's going to have a little switch to the inside. Yannick goes defensive this time, and no way through. So yeah, top two in. Yannick, will he follow? Surely, yes. Jake, his tyres are fine. He can stay out.
Yeah.
Now Wiselig is going to stay out and take P2, and George is up to P4 on the softs. So yeah, Costa onto the softs, Tom onto the softs, Yannick onto the softs. Now Goody is on the mediums. He's going to come by these guys. Now where is Jordan? He's going to come out. He's got past.
The undercut works again.
And Corey as well. Can he try it? He's going to try it. A little bit of a squeeze. No way through. But I think Jordan is taking the lead.
I think he has.
Oh, that was crucial. That was absolutely crucial. And Tom's the big loser out of this one.
Wiselig's in a fight with George there, and Jake too, and Tom getting past Trenchgun.
Yeah, actually George just got past him, I think.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he did. Yeah, George is flying on the softs right now. Don't forget, he always starts in the back, and he likes to slide that car around. Well, some of the most heart-stopping moments have come from George, especially last corner of Monza. He almost binned it. Now Costa, even though Silent Assassin has got in front of him, he's all over him.
Don't see this rain actually coming. It seems people are converting this one-stop strategy pretty well.
Yeah. Maybe the guys who stopped earlier just probably thought it was going to rain, go onto the mediums, which of course the harder compounds are better in the weather conditions.
Yep.
So, I don't know. There's no sign of rain just yet, but it could yet come.
We saw it quickly, it could develop.
Jake in from the lead. George now leads in Suzuka, and Goody will now take P2.
Goody's going to take the move here, is he? He's right alongside with DRS, binding the side pod to wheel there. And is he going to try one the other side? Is he going to do a Kimi Räikkönen?
Oh, this is going to be very brave if Costa can pull this off.
Oh, he's hit him. Oh, wow.
They're still side by side.
That's amazing.
Still side by side. That's amazing. Costa down the inside. Silent Assassin still there. Costa has done it.
And Corey as well.
Oh, wow.
That was unbelievable. I can't believe it.
I don't know how Jordan managed to hold on to that car. I honestly do not know. He was fully locked to the left-hand side. He was fully locked left into a right-hander. That's not what you really want.
Yeah.
That was incredible. What a move by Costa.
Is it going to be team orders from Ferrari as well? Here goes Tom at the inside.
Launch one. Yeah, and Jordan's just going to give him the space to work with. So now this is the top three. This is the top three. Costa back into the lead. The net race lead, should I say. Corey in P2 and Tom in P3. Paga's in P5 in this race. And he's kind of having a lonely one today.
I mean,
probably a bit tired from ILR1, I think.
A bit bored from
Hitting his neck, I think.
Seemed to be on his own for a bit.
The curse just continues, doesn't it?
He leads a race, he's gone.
He leads the race, he's left the session, and that means is Goody leads.
Gonna lead in debut, yeah.
Yeah. Now he's obviously getting trialed for his pace today, so he can't score points either.
Jack's eyes will be lining up at the side of this. And Tom, look at this on Corey.
Here we go towards turn 1. Tom's... Oh, that was close.
Mini hard attack.
That was very close. But see, Corey had to run wide out of that corner because he took so much speed to try and hold on, because he knows Tom can't get past in this section. So here we go. Goody's going to take the lead off George, who's now ghosting, unfortunately. But Costa's right up behind him now.
Yeah, he's going to get that one first. Well, Goody actually he leads for like a second.
Yeah, he leads for a second. He's ILR1, unfortunately, now.
Yeah.
But he's definitely got the pace to be here, I think. So Mr.
Really...
Costa is going to make a move. Goody's very much entitled to fight for position here. And Corey, look how close these guys are.
I don't know which one to watch.
Oh, Corey, he's going to have to fight Tom off towards Spoon Corner.
Mr.
Tom's going to go to the outside of Spoon.
Mr. Costa's
doing a good job here.
He's going to start losing time.
He's going to have to go down the inside of 130R. Now, unless Goody backs off down the straight, he's already ahead at this point, and Goody, I think, succeeds that position.
Yeah, he does.
But Tom is going to look to the outside of 130R. This is going to be hard stopping. If you can't get alongside, he gets the switch back on the way out of 130R. That's where's the casual triangle. Can he make it work on the outside?
He hit him.
A bit of contact. He's hit him a little bit. No wing damage. Corey gives him the space. And they're still side by side. He gets a squeeze to the grass.
Look out for
it's
Jordan.
So close. He's going to have to do Kimi Räikkönen. Jordan is coming up the back as well. And Tom's ahead. He's done it.
Right then. So where's this?
You just can't take your eyes. You cannot take your eyes off this race.
At the minute, Paga's going to be what, 5th? So he's going to be what, 3 points behind. Tom's going to take the championship lead here at the moment if it stays like this.
At this point, if you can, but that's if you can hold Corey behind them.
Good point. Oh, Yannick.
Oh, Yannick.
Oh, wow.
Oh dear.
I just don't understand how he managed to do that. Really. Why has he done that? What does he hit?
Maybe he got on the curb a little bit. Now, he's obviously lost it beforehand. Because he's lost the left-hand wheel.
Oh, Paga's been on the grab a little bit there as well. And he's got a lagging George to blame, perhaps, for that. He's back, but he's...
Yeah, George is back, so he's going to be fighting for position here. So, let's see, he's just going to let him through. Paga's going to have to go to the... See, he's just pinging all over the place. I think Paga's just too scared to overtake him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a bit unfair, isn't it? Ruining... Oh my god, he's in Narnia, and now he's back.
Right, here comes Tom on Goody to take away P2. Goody yet to stop in this race. Started on the mediums. Let's see, to the outside, into the casual triangle. I don't think Goody's going to fight this too much. And
he's hit him, his bum!
No. Oh, half spin, he got saved.
Corey.
And Corey's done him.
He's just smashed it into him. He just ran clean to the side of him. Tom spun himself around.
He got saved from a spin. He was saved from a spin by the fact that the car was there.
Yeah. He needs to be careful with this.
He's got to be... Oh, there's Corey with a penalty now anyway.
Another one. That's 2 penalties now. He's got to be...
That's going to drop him down to
behind Paga maybe at this route if he loses time.
Yeah, Paga's still trying to get past George and he's just keeping his distance. Because lagging cars is just one of the worst. You just don't know where the car's going to be. It's not a problem you have in real life.
Yeah.
You don't have lag in real life. Quite strange if you did, honestly.
You don't have slipstream glitch in real life. You don't have a track you can fall underneath in real life. The list goes on.
There's Casper with a 3-second penalty. Not the race he wanted in his debut. Scott's still up there in the points in 10th. And we have Weising in 9th. Jake in 8th. Paga in 7th. George in 6th. Goody in P5, but out of sync. George, you have to stop as well, so Paga's technically in P5. We have Jordan, Corey, Tom, and Mr. Costa in the lead of this race. And quite simply dominating, if I'm honest.
Yeah. He got past... I wonder if Jordan will want that investigated, that pass, because he did sort of just push him out of the way and just drag him along with him the entire time. Might not be too happy with it.
It probably will go to Charlie. Let's see. Oh, Paga's off!
Oh, he's broke his wing!
Oh,
is that a
disaster.
lag? And a 5-second...
That's probably... Yeah, that's probably a lag related. That's absolute disaster for the championship leader. Oh,
And his
dear.
speeds. And his speeds. Oh my god, Paga.
That's pretty much the championship has
And
gone to Tom.
George, look where he's ended up.
Yeah, there was actually a collision between the two of them.
Well,
so obviously, Paga tried to get through into the Casio triangle, and there was obviously contact. And now, Tom will know that there's just been contact between them, and all he needs to do is pretty much stay where he is.
Yeah.
And he's going to take quite a big chunk out of it. He's going to go well in front at this rate. It's 5 points at the moment.
Well, Paga's out of the points now, and with 10 seconds of penalties.
He's going to go 20 points in front if Paga doesn't score. That just shows you how quickly it can change. No, he's not going to go 20 points in front.
20,
if he wins, he goes 20 points in front.
Yeah, if he wins. 13 now, not 13.
So
12.
It's going to be, yeah, 13. So George is now out.
Yeah.
After all of that, but now, yeah, Tom is on course to just flip the championship completely upside down. If I'm honest.
Yeah, I did not expect that, but I'm sure Paga will have a lot to say.
Yeah. So, obviously things could change. Now, obviously the 5 second stop go for speeding in the pit lane isn't going to go away because he did speed. But the other one for cutting the chicane to avoid George probably could be appealed here. So there could be changes in position after the race.
George has got an explanation. He says his brake pedal broke.
Right.
He said it got stuck on full braking. So,
right. So Paga just went into the back of him. Obviously, then he was lucky that he wasn't out of the race.
Yeah. Well, he's not even going to score though. He needs a miracle.
Obviously, he's quick, so he might just be able to get trench gun because Casper's now in. So he's going to get into the 10th. Oh dear. Right, Tom's got a penalty. So
don't take the opportunities.
How's that fair? Well, Corey has got 6 seconds. So he's not going to do a huge amount. It's going to put Jordan into second, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's going to drop him to third. But either way, I think just Thomas needs to outscore him by 6 points, and he's in the championship lead. Meanwhile, out front, Mr. Costa, 4.7 seconds out in front, and I don't think we've had a driver go 3 in a row this year.
He's definitely proven his worth, isn't he? I mean, he's still technically in with a shot, isn't he, for this championship?
Mathematically, yeah, but it's a very outside chance.
You never know. With his form at the minute.
Imagine if this form had come earlier in the season, we could have had a three-way battle for the title.
Well, Hungary, you have to look back to then, don't you, really?
Yeah,
to see where...
all those race wins that could have, would have, should have, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a real shame because he's just so quick these days. Now, we've had two drivers go 2 in a row. That was, of course, Lyle Blade. Went back-to-back. Then we had... no, sorry, Lyle Blade didn't go back-to-back. He got 2. He was the first repeat winner. We had Paga go back-to-back. We've never had a driver go 3 in a row this season. Now... I think it just might be. I think it just might be the fact that Portugal have been knocked out of the World Cup. I think he's just trying to get some, trying to get Portugal back on the map in F1.
He's doing his country pride.
He is. Just a shame. He will take third in the championship today, because Liam Robbo is not here, and he's 13. He's 13 points behind Liam Robbo. He's going to comfortably slip into third in the championship. He's not going to get second in the championship, but if he keeps up the form, he could have a late season title surge.
How many races after this? 3?
3.
So I mean, 75 points in the board. Let's see if that's going to be even possible for him.
Well, he needs pretty much races like this, but he has got Tom behind them, which is not what he needs. He needs both of them not to score pretty much.
Well, let's see. At the moment,
he's 47 points, I think. Ish.
He's 60 points off Paga. But
right, so
it's 100 points available, including today. Is 100 points available. Tom's going to get how many? Tom will take the championship lead, right?
Yeah.
And he's going to get 18 points. So the gap's going to go down to what, 53? I mean, it is possible, but
it's possible. It's very slim.
Yeah. But you can hope. You can dream.
Now, if we add 25 points onto his score there for the win he probably should have had in Hungary, it would be a different story. To be well in with a shot.
Yeah, especially with Tom having had issues as well during that race.
I can tell you what, Jordan is right up behind Corey.
Yeah, I'm just catching that now.
And, well, Tom is now pulling away from Corey, so he's trying to cement that second place, and Casper's actually got the fastest lap. Good job by him. So
Goody did come out there in P7. That's brilliant for him, isn't it?
He's doing a brilliant job today.
Might end up being a permanent promotion, a bit like Casper himself. Ended up just going straight up to ILR2, a bit like Tom last season.
Yeah.
No point hanging around, just getting straight up. And Jordan looks so close to making the move. He wants to have a little look. He's going to go for the exit here and get his DRS, but he has got an opportunity here to go.
He really does, and once these guys battle, then it'll give Tom just a buffer of 3 seconds, which is what he needs to stay in front. Here comes Jordan. Let's see if he can do anything. He's got pretty much no space to work with there. Nothing to work with.
We'll see what Pag is up to then. I saw he made an overtake there.
He's
he's
fighting
actually
with
trying.
Trenchgun. He tried to move, but Trenchgun got him back. So, now, are you brave enough, Pag? Oh, this is going to be very, very hairy. Down the inside of 130R. That's tight. He's done it.
Oh, has he?
Oh, Trenchgun's come back.
Oh.
He gives him the space. Nice bit of racing.
Yeah, fair enough. Nice and aggressive. Shows he's got speed for the future, hopefully, if he can actually, you know, enter a qualifying session.
Yep.
End up in a good position for the race.
Good anticipation by Paga to see Trenchgun diving down the inside and just open up the steering a little bit more. So Jordan did not manage to get past Corey. After that, we've only got 7 laps left.
It's gone by so quickly, you wouldn't expect it, would you?
It's not quite the race we had in Malaysia, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it's rather dull. I don't like saying that, but...
However, the top 2 are the same as they were in Malaysia. Mr. Costa and Tom in P2, except Tom was about 6/10 behind Costa at this point.
It's funny how this all works out, isn't it?
Yep, but Tom, quite unlikely from the start of the season, if I'm totally honest, is going to take the championship lead today. Unless he has an absolute mare in the last couple of laps.
Well, he might do a Michael from ILR1, because like I say, he was actually in to take the championship lead that race as well. He was in third, he was ready to take it by, what was it, like a point. And then he managed to bin it twice. And end up with like, what, 4 points at the end of it instead of what he should have had.
Yeah, we know how quick Michael is. He's very quick. But it can happen to the best. So, we thought it would rain. It certainly definitely hasn't.
I think it's more we sort of expected, thanks to previous races. You see,
it's just the curse, pretty much.
Yeah, the curse
always
of ILR.
seems to rain.
But
the last 2 races has been dry. Totally.
Did it? Well, no. I think Malaysia was raining for like half of it, wasn't it?
Oh no. Oh yeah, it was last half actually.
Yeah. That was such a good
So it
race.
was raining at this point last week, but so this is actually the first race in a long time we've had it fully dry.
Yeah, and looks like Jordan is seriously getting close now.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a brilliant...
He's not going to have a move on through here.
Brilliant telecam shot for this.
Yeah, let's see if we can have a look into the casual triangle. There's a very little space to work with down the inside of the casual triangle. Corey on the outside. Can he make that work? Corey holds him off, but just gives him the space and a big squeeze to the grass there. Great racing between them. Down the long straight down towards turn 1. DRS on the Ferrari. And he is ahead.
Nice one.
And that's him into P3. He was in P3 anyway, because Corey had a penalty, but right now, and actually Corey, if he's not careful, if Jake keeps up the pace, he's in danger of dropping down to 5th.
Yeah.
Because Jake is just 6.4 out there, and he's going quick on the softs. He's making his best results since Monaco, the 3rd in Monaco.
Well, I'm surprised we managed to get an overtake there, being brutally honest with you. This track just doesn't promote the overtaking once the slipstream goes. But Corey, look at this. He's seriously looking at the inside again, or maybe even the outside. Whoa. Whatever works. He wants that fire. I think Jordan might have just waited a little bit longer to go on the throttle there. Sneaky little tactic there.
Yeah, but absolutely fair. So we've got Matty Shaw back in the pit. He's 2 laps down at this stage, and he's ghosting.
Yeah.
So we've had technically 4 retirements from this race. And actually one is probably due to brake failure, which is interesting.
Nah, I don't normally see that type of thing. That's sort of the stuff that Andy would make up. There you go.
So,
it's a thing.
Yeah, just not quite in the game. Just his actual brake pedals failed, I think.
Yeah, brake pedal, 100%.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite of a brake failure. It's a opposite. I don't know what to call it.
Hydraulics failure. Maybe we can go with that.
The brakes are working too well. I think that's what you call it. Oh, Jordan's super sideways to turn 1 there. And Tom's comfortably ahead now. 4.1 with the 3-second penalty. Paga down in 9th.
Really looking to get this done into possibly the Degner too if he can. He's looking so much quicker than Jordan right now.
But Jake, 6.1.
You know, it's a classic case really of you're so quick until you get past, and then all of a sudden you're so slow, and you're being put under pressure. I never understand how it works, but here we go. Corey's going for it.
Inside. That's a late dive.
Jordan didn't see him coming. Somehow.
Jordan did not see. He was not expecting it. Corey to go so late on the brakes. They're still side by side towards Spoon. As Jordan is still ahead at this point, but Corey's probably going to still think about a move into Spoon. No move on just yet. He needs the run out of Spoon, but gets very sideways. He's lost it. Somehow holds on to it, but now Jake is now in 4th.
Yeah, that gives it to him. Ah, dear,
right,
that's a shame to see Jake bottle it like that, though. Wonder if that's down to tyre wear. Look at his front left and front right. They're looking a little bit.
He's done that. He stopped very early in the Grand Prix, about lap 6, to go on to the mediums. So it'll be a double podium for Ferrari, which is and it's an all Ferrari powered podium at the moment, with the Haas, the Ferrari, and the Ferrari. And let's see, Weislig, awesome job in 6th right now. Well up the field today. Great job.
I still think that Goody should be getting driver of the day though. Not only is he ILR3, but he's also made the most positions. He's actually had a fantastic race.
I think he actually started last of the pecking order today.
14th out of 15. I think it was Trenchcom was last, wasn't he? And he's made 5 as well. He's had a decent time with it.
Yep, up 7 positions where he started. So awesome job by the 2 newbies pretty much. Weislig up in 6th.
Yeah.
And Goody in 7th. Trenchcon also in the points, by the way. Let's not discount him. And just what have I said?
What have you done? What have you done? ILRGT is actually starting to close. He might even need.
He might take this on track.
Yeah. There's only 4 laps to go. It's quite ambitious to think that would happen, but you never know.
And is it possible if he? It's a bit much to ask to pull 1.6 seconds on Jordan in a couple of laps. So I don't think that's going to be possible. But it's a huge ask in 3 laps to pull 3 seconds. But I
don't think it's possible at this point.
Right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a momentous occasion for ILR today because it's not rained.
Please don't say it. It will rain on the final lap and make us look stupid.
But it won't affect the race like it has done previously.
Yeah.
Unless it downpours and everybody slides off and Maddie Shaw somehow wins.
No, that would be a fantastic race.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it now. I'm going to say Abu Dhabi is going to be a wet race.
Even though it definitely shouldn't be.
Yeah, but it's ILR. I think, what was it? Oh, we were doing sprint championships once. Or was that ILR?
It rained in Bahrain.
It rained in Bahrain, yeah. I think I did just a sprint lobby where it rained in Abu Dhabi, and I'll tell you now, any form of traction is non-existent. You've no idea how little traction, like, it's like the track just isn't designed for wet running, which it isn't, but, yeah.
No, it's definitely
really
not.
odd. Really odd. Nothing I recommend trying. Even on full traction, is that bad?
2 laps to go in Suzuka. And once again, it's been a nice, well, it has been quite the Sunday drive for Mr. Costa, but most of the race it has been.
Yeah.
And 3 in a row is nothing to be sneezed at. It's quite incredible, honestly, to be going 3 in a row and get against such a field like this.
Well, maybe next week we'll see him try ILR1 himself, because I think he certainly has the pace. He's the quickest driver in the field, I feel, at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's shown this pace all season,
he's probably the most improved, honestly, out of these guys. He wasn't really fighting up there at the beginning of the season, but suddenly now he's just unleashed his true performance and is absolutely flying up front, and deserves every bit of it.
He's still pulling away. He's still pushing like mad as well. That's the best part about it.
Yep. However, his tyres aren't looking the best. I'm sure he's fine, but he's got a lap and a half to go to take 3 in a row. As if we haven't mentioned it enough.
Would that be what's 4th this season as well?
4th victory this season. That's actually going to be the most victories, I think, this season as well.
Yeah, I think he took Britain, didn't he?
He took Britain. He took last week. He took the week before.
Yeah, let's just at this week as well.
It's just incredible, really. One more lap to go then. Here in Suzuka.
Let's see what chat said.
It was a good race, but not as good as Malaysia. So
nothing beats Malaysia.
You do get races like this at times. I
thought I saw rain. Now I'm gonna have nightmares about rain. And Mr. Costa, I was riding on board with him, had a gigantic power slide for turn 1. Like, you don't want to be taking risks on the last lap, man. Come on.
Yeah, the rears are probably not in the best shape right now.
Ah, yes, was he confirming that he said his first social race in ILR was a wet Abu Dhabi race. So I don't know where I pulled that out of the bag from, but yeah, ILR did have a wet Abu Dhabi race. Was it fun?
I hope it was. It probably was fun, because I don't think they've ever had a wet race at Abu Dhabi. Don't think they ever will.
Yeah.
Right, so one more sector to go for Mr. Costa to take 3rd in the championship. And once he takes 3rd in the championship, he's on for promotion to ILR1.
Yep. And fully deserved.
Absolutely. Every bit of it he deserves, because he's just driven sublimely these past couple of weeks. And it's just absolutely on form. 3 in a row. It's just incredible. Through the final chicane, here he comes, Mr. Costa. Portugal may not have made the World Cup, but here in Japan, it's Mr. Costa's day. 3 in a row for Portugal. 3 in a row for Mr. Costa. What a win. But here's the story. Across the line comes Tom. He leads the championship going into the final 3 races. And Jake will take 4th. There it is. Best result since Monaco.
By 4 seconds as well. It was easy.
Yeah. Across the line comes Wisely to take 6th. That's his best result in ILR2.
My driver today.
Brilliant job. Brilliant. Last on the grid to 7th. And just absolutely unbelievable.
Oh, penalties. Look at that. He was only 3/10 off being sick there as well. Oh, almost hurt.
Scott across the line to take 8th. Today, Paga after he goes to 8th after penalties. Trench Gun is going to take points, I think, in his debut. Oh, I don't know. He's got a penalty, but so does Casper. Across the line comes Trench Gun. Does Casper get points?
Yes, he does.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new championship leader in Tom.
This is really going to go down to the wire, isn't it?
Absolutely. So second gives you 18 points, and 9th gives you 2. So it's a huge gap.
And the gap was 5 before, so Tom is by 11 points.
From 5 points deficit to 11 points in the lead after one single race. There's 3 more races to go, which is not a lot. So we've got Circuit of the Americas. We've got Abu Dhabi, of course,
Interlagos.
and Brazil. I think Kota is next.
Yeah, then Brazil, then Abu Dhabi. I don't know, I still think it could be a 2007 ending. I don't know. I just got that feeling with Costa.
Is that Tom? It is. Are we going to see that in... it's probably not going to happen in Brazil, but it might happen in Abu Dhabi. But there you have it. 11 points to Tom is now the championship lead. There are your final results. Mr. Costa goes 3 in a row. And the championship is now in Tom's favour. It's going to come down to the wire with 3 races left to go. You just can't predict who's going to win it.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
I'm going to miss next week. I don't want to now.
Oh...
I'm off
in the Americas.
No, the thing is, I'll be in England, so not only will I be I'll be in England, but I also have to sit for England fans. Help. If they get to the final.
I'm saying it on stream now, it's not coming home, alright? I'm sick of it.
It's not. I'm sorry. Like, okay, right, being brutally honest with you, now that they've got to where they are, I'll be happy to see them win it, especially since I'll be there. But it's just not.
And on that bombshell... Right, well, anyways, it's been a fantastic race. Tom now leads the championship by 11 points. We're heading to America. We're heading pretty much across the world to circle the Americas for next week. Will the championship shift again? Or is it Tom's? It's Tom's now to lose. So let's see how it all unfolds next week. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
And I'll see you all in 2 weeks. Hope you miss me.